If you want to know 5 small forwards that are going to break out in the 2017-2018 fantasy season, then this is the perfect video for you. So I think it's time we just go straight to the video. Y'all ready? Let's get to it. But here is how this video is going to work. I've selected 5 small forwards who I believe will be great next season in the fantasy season due to their current teams, the situations, and what happened in the offseason that surrounded their team and surrounded them. And just to clarify, these players are under the rank of 50, so players above the rank of 50 will not be rated in this because I'm picking players who I think will be important in the later rounds of the draft, not in the first 5 rounds. But with the NBA being so large and there's so much small forwards out there, I've selected the 5 that I believe will most likely be the best at improving in this next season. So let's just start off with the list. Number 1. Tobias Harris of the Detroit Pistons. Last season playing for Detroit Pistons, Tobias Harris averaged 16.1 points a game, 5.1 rebounds, 1.7 assists, and 0.7 steals coming off the bench as their 6th man. This year, with Pope leaving the team, with Marcus Morris leaving the team, Tobias Harris needs to step up his game as he is now the starter of the small forward position. Yes, 3 years ago, playing for the Orlando Magic, he did break out and average about 19 points a game, but only averaging 15 points a game last year. He's definitely going to have a higher scoring outlook this season with the Detroit Pistons. I say this because the new addition to their team, Avery Bradley, is not a primetime scorer, will allow other players surrounding him to score, such as Tobias Harris. He's currently ranked 59 in fantasy draft. I believe by the end of the season, he'll average at least 18 points a game with 6 rebounds and 3 assists per game. Doing mock drafts myself, I've seen him around the 5th and 6th rounds, so I believe that he should not go later than the 6th round in these drafts. Tobias Harris, my number 1 option. My number 2 option is a no-brainer. His name is Robert Covington of the Philadelphia 76ers. And once again, with the Sixers having a great offseason, drafting Markelle Fultz, the number 1 pick, Robert Covington is the least talked about once again. If you guys don't know Robert Covington, I'm going to tell you his stats last season, and you let me know what you think of these stats. 2 3-pointers made a game, 13 points a game, 6.5 rebounds a game, 1.5 assists per game, 1.9 steals per game, and 1.0 blocks per game. To me, that's an all-around player, and a player who can do that off the bench, it's just phenomenal. According to this new article and what Brett Brown said, Robert Covington will 100% be starting and ending games in the Philadelphia 76ers season. Now with Ben Simmons playing his first year, they want to start Ben Simmons at the power forward and have Dario Saric off the bench as their 6th man. This means Robert Covington will be starting at the small forward with Markelle Fultz, JJ Redick, Ben Simmons, and Joel Embiid. Last season, Robert Covington was one of the best defenders. At the end of the day, he's really underrated, and I believe this season he'll have a monster season. He's currently ranked 16 fantasy drafts, and I believe you should not get him past the 5th round, because he's going to be really crucial to getting those all-around stats in fantasy this season. I believe he'll have similar averages to last year, but at least 15 points a game, 7 rebounds, maybe 2 assists, just 2 steals will definitely remain, and that 1 block will definitely remain, with at least 2 3-pointers. Remember, these stats are good stats, especially when you get these stats at the later rounds of the 6th or 5th rounds. At the end of the day, Robert Covington is a really good player, and I, myself, am looking forward to drafting him in my draft day. Robert Covington, number 2. Number 3, a new focal point to the Miami Heat's offense and defense, James Johnson. For those who played fantasy last year, you guys all know what James Johnson did second half of the season. Being a part of the Miami Heat and now one of the most important ball handlers of the team, he's in a similar role as Giannis Antetokounmpo, as he's the ball handler of the team. Last year, he averaged 30 points a game, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal per game and 1 block per game. Those are also numbers of an all-around contribution, and I believe this year he'll be better than that because of the new situation with the Miami Heat. Last year, Justin Winslow started the season, but now once he got injured, James Johnson was able to show that he can be that starting small forward, and you know what? He's getting back in shape in the summertime, he's working out, and you know what? His relationship with his team is growing every single day. James Johnson is currently ranked 87th, and I believe he'll be top 50 by the end of the season, no doubt about it. The thing about James Johnson is that you can get him later in the rounds, around 7th or 8th round, and you know what? If he's still there, have him as you can, because small forwards of that caliber is really hard to find in the later round drafts. James Johnson, number 3. The number 4 player that I want to talk about, I've said about him in my other videos of my top 10 breakout fantasy players, but you know what? He's definitely going to break out this year, and I believe he 100% am. His name is Brandon Ingram of the Los Angeles Lakers. There's one big reason why I believe he'll break out, and that's because D'Angelo Russell has left the team, and the new starting point guard, Lonzo Ball, is the type of player to make others around him better. And you've seen Lonzo Ball's and Kyle Kuzma's relationship during the a summer league. That's something going to be similar to Brandon Ingram and Lonzo Ball this season. Brandon Ingram couldn't really show what he can do last season because D'Angelo Russell had possession of the ball most of the time. But now with the whole new Lakers team, he's going to be that future that the Lakers picked as they picked him last year as the second pick. Even coming off the bench, he averaged 9.4 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And now as a starter, I believe he'll average 15 points a game with 5 rebounds and 3 assists per game. He's been working out in the summer. Luke Walton has said himself that Brandon Ingram will be a focal point of the offense, and they're really going to develop him as he grows. Pick Brandon Ingram as soon as you can. You can get him in the later rounds because he's currently ranked 114th and will top in the top 100 no problem. Brandon Ingram, number 4. The last small forward that I really want to talk about, his name is Taurean Prince, and he's at the Atlanta Hawks. The 5th small forward really took some time to analyze, but you know, I believe that Taurean Prince will have a really good breakout this season. Last year playing for the Hawks, he did not play a lot of minutes, but as he played, he averaged 6 points a game, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 0.7 steals, and 0.5 blocks. And listen, those numbers aren't large, but that shows that he's an all-around type of defensive and a little offensive type of player. He is currently ranked 153rd. You can get him at the last round of your draft, no problem. The reason I believe that he's going to break out this season is because he's definitely going to be starting this season now that Davos Cephalosha and Tim Hardaway Jr. has left the team. The starting lineup is going to consist of him, Dennis Schroeder, and Kent Bazemore, and I see him as a mini DeMarre Carroll when DeMarre Carroll played with the Hawks. I believe he'll have averages of 11 points a game, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1.5 steals, and 1 block per game with 1 3-pointer made a game. You know what? Those are nice numbers that you can get in the later rounds of the drafts. And if you lack a small forward or need a backup small forward, get Taurean Prince. He's going to be starting this year for the Atlanta Hawks, in my opinion. And that wraps up my list, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. That was a really quick video, but I just want to get content to you guys as fast as soon as possible. Stay tuned for the top 5 power forwards and top 5 centers. And you know, guys, subscribe for more basketball content, guys. I'm loving it. Keep it up. Like this video because you guys love basketball, and comment because I want to know what you guys think. And one more thing, guys. Are you guys feeling this sweater? Because, you know, I don't usually wear orange, but you know what? It's popping. Those people who have been following this channel, I made a video on the top 5 point guards and the top 5 shooting guards. Link will be in the description below if you guys are interested in those videos. Anyways, basketball, fantasy, easy buckets, we are done here. See you next time. Woo!
You knew I couldn't resist. This is a finger roll. Look at the flick of the wrist.